Did you know your liver can turn into a greasy old frying pan by the time you reach 40? Today, every third adult carries an organ inside them, literally suffocating under layers of excess fat. This condition is called fatty hepatosis, but the treachery of this disease is that it almost never hurts. The only signal the body sends is a constant sense of exhaustion and fatigue, which we are used to blaming on a hectic lifestyle, work stress, or simply age. But the truth is much more serious. Two of the greatest minds from different countries and centuries, without ever meeting, found the key to saving this vital filter. They proved that ordinary grains are capable of restoring liver cells at a deep level. This knowledge is not advertised because porridge costs pennies compared to expensive pharmacy drugs. Today, we will reveal their secret protocols and recipes that will help you restart your internal cleaning system. Most people make a fatal mistake. They eat grains incorrectly, turning a medicine into a useless product. The real work of grain lies not in pretty test scores, but in the mechanical and chemical renewal of tissues. First, Vladimir Pashutin studied this mechanism in the 19th century. He was a luminary of medicine and founded an entire branch of science. Pashutin discovered that the liver has a unique gift for self-healing if you simply stop overloading it. Imagine the liver as a waste incineration plant that works without weekends. It fights toxins, medications, alcohol, and heavy food. If the plant is not stopped for maintenance, it becomes clogged with soot and dirt, beginning to poison everything around it. This is internal intoxication. Pashutin suggested giving the plant a technical break. When we eat plain grain on water, the body receives the minimum calories for life but does not spend energy on breaking down animal proteins and refractory fats. At this moment, the self-eating trash mode turns on. Cells begin to destroy their damaged areas and recycle accumulated junk into new structures. But this must be done systematically. A one-time action once a month will not produce an effect. Pashutin's system requires discipline. Choose one weekend day, for example, Saturday. You will need 750 grams of finished buckwheat, cooked exclusively on water. This is about 1.5 cups of dry grain. Forget about salt, sugar, or gravy. The entire volume must be eaten in 5 stages with a 3-hour interval, starting at 8 in the morning. In the breaks, be sure to drink plenty of clean water or herbal infusions to wash out decay products. The professor insisted on a cycle of 4 weeks. The first stage only starts the cleaning, the second and third deepen the process, and the fourth fixes the result. After a month of such practice, the liver is renewed so much that you will feel an unprecedented lightness in your right side and clarity in your thoughts. This is not just self-hypnosis, but the result of physiological repair. While Pashutin was busy with unloading, the German chemist Emil Fischer was looking for a way to dissolve the fat that had already grown into the cells. Fischer received the Nobel Prize and made a breakthrough, finding that certain components in grain work as natural solvents. He compared a fatty liver to dirty dishes. You can't wash it off with plain water, you need a special agent. This agent for the body became millet and pearl barley. They contain amino acids that penetrate deep into fat droplets, destroy their structure, and turn solid deposits into a liquid form that the liver can remove along with bile. But there is a catch. Dissolved fat in the intestines can be reabsorbed. To prevent this, Fischer added pumpkin to the diet. It works as a powerful sorbent or sponge, collecting all the nastiness and bringing it out naturally. Fischer's first recipe combines millet and pumpkin. The grain needs to be thoroughly washed to remove bitterness, mixed with grated pumpkin pulp, and boiled in water until soft. At the very end, it is allowed to add a drop of vegetable oil for the absorption of vitamins. If you eat such a dish for breakfast for 3 weeks in a row, even an ultrasound machine will record positive changes. Millet contains methionine and choline, which literally push fat out of the cells, and pumpkin fibers guarantee that this trash will leave your body forever. You will notice how the heaviness after lunch disappears and the stomach's work normalizes. The second recipe is based on pearl barley. This grain needs to be soaked all night so that it reveals its healing properties. After long boiling, it becomes a source of lysine, which helps the liver build new healthy tissues in place of old scars and damage. Fischer advised such a course to those who had suffered infections or had been taking pills for a long time. 2 weeks on pearl barley are capable of working a miracle with the exhausted filter of your body. However, there is a critical error capable of turning this treatment into poison. A huge number of people, out of habit, add milk, butter, or a spoonful of sugar to the porridge. For a sick liver, This is a blow below the belt. Milk, sugar, and animal fat force the organ to work at its limit, producing bile and enzymes. As a result, instead of rest and cleaning, the liver receives a double load. Healing food must be ascetic. Only water and grain. Only natural enhancers like cinnamon, ginger, or lemon juice, which whip up the metabolism, are allowed. Of course, any method has limitations. You should not get carried away with coarse fiber during an exacerbation of an ulcer or pancreatitis. Individual intolerance to some cereals must also be considered. If there are no contraindications, get ready for the first days of adaptation. A slight digestive upset may occur, but this is a good sign. This is how the intestines get rid of old blockages. After a week, you will forget about the bitterness in your mouth in the mornings, and after 2 weeks, energy will flow until the very evening. The best result is given by a combination of 2 methods. Start with 1 fasting day on buckwheat according to Pashukin, and on the other days of the week, replace the usual breakfast with millet porridge with pumpkin according to Fisher. This bundle works as a double blow to diseases. You simultaneously give the organ a breather and actively dissolve old fat stores. Do not forget about the water balance. Water thins the bile, preventing it from stagnating and turning into stones. A glass of warm rosehip infusion in the morning will be a great addition, as vitamin C activates internal detoxification enzymes. During this course, you will have to impose a taboo on alcohol, fried foods, and store-bought sweets. Remember that 1 glass of alcohol or a fatty burger can cancel out all the efforts of several days. The body cannot simultaneously recover and fight a new portion of toxins. If you are very busy, cook the porridge in advance. It perfectly preserves its properties in a thermos or container. This is a path to longevity tested by decades, which does not require huge investments, but only a drop of your patience and understanding of the processes occurring inside. Your liver is the only organ capable of complete regeneration. Give it this chance, and it will thank you with long years of a healthy and active life without medications and eternal fatigue. Use the wisdom of great scientists and the power of simple products that are always at hand. A clean liver is clean blood, strong immunity, and a clear mind until old age. Start this journey today, and the result will not keep you waiting. Your digestive system is arranged in an amazing way, and every element in this chain plays its part. The liver is not just a filter, it is a complex chemical laboratory. When you use the right grains, you give this laboratory the necessary reagents for recovery. Buckwheat supplies iron and rutin, millet cleanses of toxins, and pearl barley restores the structure. The combination of these methods creates a powerful synergistic effect that is inaccessible with a regular diet. Health begins with the plate, and these simple recipes are the best investment in your future. Remember that prevention is always easier and cheaper than treatment. Caring for yourself should not be complicated, it should be regular and conscious. Every breakfast with the right porridge is a step away from disease and old age. Let food be your medicine, as the great doctors of the past bequeathed. Live long, be energetic, and share this information with those you hold dear, because health is the greatest value we have.